Well, once again, this is Anthony Gray. Welcome to Grayscale. We're going to do a little cloud action today. There's so many different various ways to do clouds. Okay, the big puffy, billowy kind, and you have the kind of streaks across the sky, really wispy. Clouds kind of form and shape the way they shape, depending on the altitude they gather and accumulate to make clouds. All right. What I am going to do first off is apply some medium to the paper here. Okay. I'm also going to put a little separator here, because right now you're looking at the whole, just about the whole paper. All right. And I'm only going to put the clouds maybe about down here. So all of this will be clouds of some sort. All right. But let's, we're going to do it I'm going to do it the opposite way. What I'm going to do is put the blue sky in and scatter it in various places. And then we're going to, it's called negative drawing. All right. So the negative space will actually be the blue sky. The positive space will be the actual clouds. And we'll work among that. So this is just one style of clouds. All right. What I'm going to do, though, is to make the clouds about as convincing as you can, is I'm going to add a little gel to all of this. And all I'm using right now is just a little bit of water and some hair gel. Hair gel is water soluble. Okay. It just makes the paper kind of slick. Alright. You have to work kind of quickly with it. It does dry, much like the medium we're using, acrylic paint. Alright. And that's all I'm using, just to coat it real fast. It's drying as I'm talking to you. Okay. And I'm going to dip a little bit of blue, dark blue. Alright. And what I'm going to do is just lightly, just like this, just in spots, but I'm going in a horizontal type of way, not horizontal, it's angled rather, it's not horizontal, but something like this, maybe a little bit up here in the corner. Alright, I'm going to take a very soft brush and I'm going to, in circular motions, just soften the edges here on the bottom. Just circular motions. Just lightly soften the bottom if I can. If some of it's dry already, there's nothing I can do about that. It's just that you have to kind of work quickly to get it done. But I am basically softening the blue area. Okay. It's a little dry on that corner end. Hopefully my head isn't in the way. I have to check it. In case that it is a little dry, it can also be corrected. Like this area is dry right in here, and maybe a little bit in here. Okay. Whoops, wrong brush. There we go. Just want to fade it out a little bit, just in spaces, different parts. A little bit down in here. Now, if it does dry up on you, don't worry about that. I'm going to show you how to cover some of that up too. Now, with all of that done, I'm going to take, after I clean out my brush here, I'm going to take what is this? Actually, it almost looks like a stencil brush. Looks like one of these here. Okay. You see the shape? It's a circular motion, kind of flat. I'm going to tap in a small amount of blue and mix it, majority of it, with white. Okay, so it's the majority is white, but just a little hint of blue in it. Okay, and we're gonna go in circular motions, just around the top edge here. I'm using a soft white, just a little bit here and there to soften up the top part of the cloud or clouds. Okay, kind of get it to almost disappear into the white background in various spots. You don't want to destroy all of the blue. Okay, but I am mixing a little blue with the white. Like I said, I hope my head isn't in the way. And you're just going in circular motions. If you want to use a bigger brush, that's also fine. And just fade it right in. Just get rid of the hard edges in the blue area. Just dipping more into the white. You can kind of fashion these any way you want. Okay. It's really up to you. Like I said, there's a little bit of blue in the white. There's a method to my madness. It's the reason why I have a little bit of blue into the white. Okay, switch my hand. Get a little more white, mixing it with a little bit of the blue. Try to stand back away from the camera here, or sit back away from the camera. See, I want all the little hard edges, I want to soften up the hard edges there. So it appears a little bit of sky is appearing through the clouds. Okay, some of these streets I can just totally get rid of. Don't really need them. And you don't have to press as hard. And if you wanted to add some of the gel before you get to the stage, you can do that also. Just soften up a little bit of these areas here. There. And that's definitely one way, one version you can do that. And if you don't like some of the streaks, you can also soften some of those up without making all of the blue go away. Alright, so there's one version of how you can do these clouds. Okay. Now, like I said, this is one version of how you can do them. Okay, now it looks like a bunch of clouds, but little bits of sky in between them. Alright, now, another version of clouds that you can also do is working off of this that's already laid here. I'm going to do more white. Leave the blue alone, using the same brush. Depending on where you want your light source to be. Okay, so let's say I want it coming from the upper left hand side. Alright, you can also put billows of clouds. See, I'm using pure white. Okay, I'm going to wipe off the brush a little bit, and I'm going to gently fade in from the bottom. Let's brush it in on the bottom a little bit. Okay, just wipe off some of the extra paint. It's almost like dry brushing. Do the same thing here, just on the bottom. And I'm going to get a little more white, maybe just the corner of this brush. Okay, and put some right in here. Just little bits and pieces in areas. Maybe in here. Okay, I'm gonna wipe off the excess, and you're just going to gently fade it away into the white area. Now you're looking at little highlights in your clouds. Okay, and it adds a sense of movement because you have the streaks going in one direction. Okay, and I'm just playing off of what I've laid down already. Something like that. Go get another corner. Let's put maybe a nice puffy badge right in here somewhere. And I'm going to continue. Maybe some right in here. Okay. Get the excess off the brush. Do a couple of them at a time while the paint's still wet, and you can still kind of melt it into the rest of the blue. Okay, I'm gonna switch hands here. Now, if you're not really good at switching hands with your brushes, that's fine. You know, I'm sitting down, so I'm at a kind of awkward angle. So I want you to see what I'm doing. All right. There. It's starting to come to life for you. Kind of see what I'm talking about. And let's continue on with the fun. Right around here. Just have it fade right in. I'm using pure white. Okay. That's basically all I'm doing. Let's add a little more right in here. I don't want to get rid of all the blue. But I'll just fade it into the corner here. Right into the white itself. Okay. Just like so. And I might want just, this is my preference, I'm going to darken in some of this corner. Okay. Just in little spots here and there. I'm going to wipe off the excess. And this time, I'm going to go from the top of the blue. Just fade it right into the white. Fade it right in. Just make it disappear right into its background. Just like so. Okay. I kind of like that dark in the corners. It kind of brings you, it centers your subject, whatever subject that you have. Do it right in here. Just a little darker. Put it right into the white if you have to. It's alright. Just like that. Alright. Now you add a little bit of depth, a little dimension to your clouds. See this corner up here? I don't want to destroy the white on the top, but I want to get some darker sky in there, in the corners. Like so. There's all sorts of very interesting shades and tones that you can get. Alright. Now, maybe I'll flow with some of these clouds into that dark blue a little bit, where it's a little wet at. Okay. And you can play around with this all morning or all afternoon and get all variants of cloud shapes. Okay. That's, you know, if you would like to. Now, if I had some orange, which is the opposite of blue, I can get a nice gray bluish color and put it on the bottom, so you have bottoms to some of these clouds. And since I do not have orange handy, I will just use a little bit of, let's see here. Let me see if I got some Vienna here. I don't got too much of this. It looks like a, nah, this one's dead. Funeral services for this tube of Vienna will be, okay, let's get rid of that one. Let's see what we got here. Raw sienna. We'll use a little bit of this. You only need a tiny bit. Okay. I'm putting this onto the little paper here. You only need a touch of this stuff. You're gonna mix it in with a little bit of blue. All right, and this is only used for the bottom part of your cloud. All right, I want to get it like a bluish, kind of a blue-gray mix. You don't need too much at all. I'm trying to get most of it off as I'm talking to you. You only need a slight bit. And I'll show you how to do this. Now you want, let's say, a bottom to some of these clouds. Okay, if you put the bottom on some of the clouds, it will bring some of these clouds a little closer to you than the other. So add a little depth. Okay, and you don't need too many of them. Okay, let's maybe put, let's make this one a little closer to us. Just a little bit. You don't need too much. Mainly on the bottom. Okay. Get it a little darker. Just a little bit of the brown. Like I said, you would just use orange in your blue, because orange is the opposite color of your of blue. It would gray out the blue. It would give you this bluish gray tint. All right. Now sienna has a little yellow in it, so it would appear to be almost a greenish kind of a tint. Alright, but for example purposes, this is just why I'm doing what I'm doing here. And maybe one right around here. Just like so. Now being that these clouds kind of got a dark underbottom, it brings your clouds a little closer to you than the ones that don't have any at all. Alright. And once you put those in, you can go back with your white, little blue and white. Okay. And you just play around and fade some of that color in. Mix it right in there. Kind of blend the two a little bit. Wiping off the brush, I can get some of that color off of the dark color. And if you feel that you didn't or you put too much on, you gotta remember that acrylic paint dries through evaporation, so the color sets. So as the white dries and the brown dries, it'll look darker. So if you think you got it too light, just wait around for a minute. It might not be as bad as you think. Okay, I just want this one here down here to be a little darker. Just let it set in. And keep going in circles. The more you go in circles, the more blends. Okay. So don't worry about all of that. As you can see, it brings the clouds a little bit closer to you. Okay, and sets the other guys in back further. All right. So that's a couple ways you can do your clouds. Adding a little more dark, brushing some of it off. Because maybe I want to bring this guy here a little closer. You can pretty much, you know, it's your choice to form these clouds any way you wish. Okay. Any way you see feasible. You know, this is your universe that you're molding into your canvas. All right. I like to use watercolor paper because I do a lot of tutorials and it's just financially feasible for me to get the watercolor paper and do these. Okay, and all I do really is pre-wet the paper. Okay, and let it air dry naturally, and you pre-wet it, wet it again, let it air dry naturally as many times as you feel. Okay, and when you do put some medium on it, it won't buckle up or won't buckle as much. I got 150-pound paper. I've only wetted it twice. light coats. It's starting to buckle now because once the acrylic dries, it pulls. That's where you get the warping. As it fully dries, it expands back out again. Alright, so I really have no fears about that. Okay. But like I said, I just want to show you how to form clouds. And you can have clouds of many different variances of size. You can have clouds of many different variances of color. Alright, doesn't matter. Okay. It's whatever you wish, that you want for your clouds. Alright, right now I'm just playing around while I'm talking to you. Maybe I want to soften up a little bit here and there. I really don't want any hard edges, even on the underside of the clouds. I'm just using pure white and just playing around here. That's all. Break up some of the stark blue. Okay. As you can see, there's a big mass of white in here. Alright, I can take that, just playing around, and just actually have that white work for me. As you can see. Alright, and just blend all of that in. And while I'm blending that in, alright, I can add a little bit of the brown, touch of blue. Get a nice blue-gray going on here. I'm going to wipe a bit of that off. And maybe, just maybe, right here on the bottom, have a nice low-hanging cloud. Bring it right up to the front with us. Maybe a nice dark pocket right in here. Make sure I get my head out of your way here. Alright. And I'm going to wipe off my brush. Using the same brush, I didn't change brushes. Still got a little white up here on the top. I'm just blending in the top part. Just like so. Blend it right in, make it as soft as you can. Okay. And if it appears too dark, it's not too dark for me, but if it appears too dark for you, everybody has their own different tastes. Okay, just use white, and you're blending from the top. Get rid of the little brush hair. You're blending from the top down to the bottom. Like so. Some little stragglers down in here. Get rid of all of that. Soften it right up. You can use pure white, just a touch. And get almost like a dry brush. Okay. I still want it darker in that corner. So I'm going back into my blue, a little bit of brown, more blue. And the brown, a little more blue. Just here in the corner. Want it a little darker. Maybe in here. Maybe a little bit in there. Something like that. And you can have it as dark or as light as you want. Okay. Now, it looks like a batch of clouds. Okay. It's not bad. Do it under a half an hour. Okay. And basically that's it. Alright. So, just rinsing off the brush here. I typically use, I remember I did use some hair gel. Kind of wet the surface a little bit for the initial blue. Okay, and then I just used the white that's left on the paper and just capitalized on that with a little bit of blue mixed in with white, then total white, so it actually highlights and shows through. Okay. Little spots like this, if you don't want them there, you want pure caps on some of them. Just pat, and just fade it on in there. Okay, this time I'm not going in circles, just patting away. That's all. Just like so. You can build and build and build and build forever doing this stuff. Okay, it's great to do. Like I say, the darker you have on your bottom, the more it tends to come out in front from the other guys. So it adds different variances, different degrees, different atmospheric perspective on your clouds. All right, that's basically all I did. All right, that's all I did. So that's your cloud study. I would like to see, if you want to try this out, I would love to see your work. If you do complete a painting with a bunch of clouds, don't have to necessarily look like mine. I'm just give you the technique and the example. Just show it to me on my YouTube channel, or not my YouTube, my Facebook channel. All right, I'd love to see it. If you have any questions, you can put them right on the YouTube channel. Click subscribe if it's a channel that you feel you might be interested in checking out. If you have any questions, I'll put them right there on the YouTube channel in the comments, or on the if I post this picture up and with a video link, you can ask me questions on my YouTube channel also, or on my Facebook channel also. All right. Excuse me. So once again, thank you for checking this out, and I will see you next time. Bye.